I Fight Killers by George Nottingham. I used to take my daughters to Hammond Park when they were little. Chloe was 5 and Erin was 3. They were on the cusp of independence on monkey bars and slides. My anxiety was the only thing stopping them from running off and having a good time wherever they went. When my eldest started displaying the symptoms of my anxiety, I decided to back off more and let them be. Hammond Park's playground was especially challenging for me. There wasn't a spot around the structure where you could see everything going on. My wife convinced me, well, this might be a good thing. You have to let them be a little independent, she said. Besides, it's not like they could leave the park without you noticing, or if somebody weird shows up, you'll see them coming. I sat under a tree with the best view, not a full view, of the playground while the girls ran around. More parents with their children showed up. I could feel my anxiety beginning to rise. What if Erin got run over by a bigger kid? No other parents were hovering over their kids. I took a deep breath. I tried to look at my phone for a while, which didn't work. Where were the girls? They raced out from under a pair of slides. Everything was fine. We left after an hour. I thought I'd done well until putting Chloe to bed. I was fighting killers, she said. Huh? What do you mean? At the park. There were killers, and I was stopping them from getting Erin. Cue anxiety. Always waiting off stage to blow things out of proportion. Are you saying there were kids there trying to hurt you? She rolled over, about to sleep. They weren't kids, she said. I wanted to shake her awake and ask what she meant. When I went downstairs and found my wife halfway through a Big Turk chocolate bar, I told her what Chloe had said. With her mouth full of gummy candy and chocolate, she quickly dismissed my concerns. Kids say weird shit all the time. Probably a kid playing too aggressively. She did that sexy, disheveled thing she always did after her chocolate, and took me to bed. The next evening, we went back to Hammond Park. There were a lot of kids there already, and they ran up eagerly to begin playing. It was September, and fall had come early, my favorite season. In Canada, it's cold, but not so cold you can't be comfortable with a sweater and a warm cup of tea or something a little stronger. I was beginning to relax. I had done it. My kids were playing, and I wasn't freaking out. As if my comfort were pride, however, a cry issued from beneath the slide. Erin came out a second later with tears in her eyes. I hugged her and looked for Chloe at the same time. What happened? The goat under the slide bit me. She showed her bloodied thumb. A goat? No, she replied, frustrated. A goat! It can take a few moments to interpret toddler speak. I still saw no sign of Chloe. A ghost? Yes, Erin agreed, clambering into my arms and resting her little face against my shoulder. Where's Chloe? With the goat, Erin said. I approached the dark space beneath the slide. Chloe? No answer. Chloe! Answer when I call. Chloe! Other parents were taking notice of my alarm and began to recall their own kids. With much protest, I put Erin behind me and knelt down by the slide just as a fucking full-grown man exited, nearly knocking me down. What the fuck, buddy? I asked after him. He didn't answer and kept going. I was going to fucking kill him, but a group of mothers barred his path, encircling him quickly. A few of them were already on their phones. The guy said nothing. He hardly moved. I don't think he blinked. Maybe he wasn't even breathing. I went under the slide and found Chloe. She was clutching her wrist, and there was a piece of wood chip embedded in her palm. She stared at it and breathed evenly, calming herself. Chloe? She turned to me. Erin is safe, she said, more seriously than any adult. I entered full-blown panic and rage and retrieved my child before entering the circle of mothers to confront the man who'd apparently been there all along. Why didn't I check the playground before they started on it? A surge of anger filled me. I was about to kill this man. He turned to me and he only looked sad. He was dirty and homeless looking. What stopped me from killing him was his resignation to this fate, like he knew it was coming. Erin is safe now, he said. I punched him out cold. One punch. I'd thrown maybe 2 real punches in my life, but he was down. I wanted more, but the women at the park held me back. Police and ambulance arrived, and they arrested the guy. I'm not sure exactly what for. My wife arrived and we sat on the tailgate of an ambulance because we didn't want to go to an emergency room to wait 3 days for a doctor. A constable approached us and asked if I would come and see underneath the slide. I went without answering, tired and numb, while my wife stayed with the kids. There were symbols and strange markings written with a sharpie everywhere. It's the kind of thing you might dismiss as teenage graffiti if not for the effort into intricacy. That man had spent a long time on this. All of it seemed focused on a blank oval space in the center of a steel sheet welded opposite the underside of the slide, so that kids running out wouldn't get squashed from somebody leaping down from a platform. The constable figured the man had been staying there for at least a few days. There were food wrappers and a hole for waste. Most concerning were the items of children's clothes, a pair of baby shoes, and a t-shirt. The constable said there'd likely be an investigation and to expect a phone call. We went home, and no call followed. We took the girls to our doctor, and aside from the injury to her hand, there were no other physical traumas. We sought a therapist next. It only took 2 sessions for Chloe to reveal the man had told her to drive the wood chip into her palm, which the psychologist doubted, since the willpower to harm oneself in such a way would be incredibly extreme. More concerning, in my opinion, was when Chloe told the doctor the man had been teaching her to read. "That's how I know it wanted Aaron," she told the psychologist. Questions about this were met with confusion, not because she didn't get the question, but because she didn't understand how we didn't. "You can read, Daddy?" she asked one night. "Sure," I confirmed. "No, you can't," Chloe told me. "'Cause it's why you'd know Aaron wasn't safe until I made it better." I couldn't get any better clarification than that, and the psychologist was honest about not having a conclusion beyond some kind of fabrication about saving Aaron in order to better deal with some as of yet unknown trauma inflicted by the homeless man. If there was any, the doctor said, it could be a trivial event in her development. Maybe she fell on the wood chip? I didn't know, but fuck Hammond Park. Don't take your kids there.